Your mind is always perceiving psychic information. And today we're going to do another test to test this theory. We're going to bring it to the conscious mind. But first of all, I want to say to you, you don't have to believe in psychic mediumship. The proof is in the pudding. It's everywhere around you, and you can prove it to yourself. It's not a believing thing like believing in fairies or believing in Santa. It is literally a truth which is right in front of you. I'm going to prove it to you by getting you to prove it to yourself again until you are like, Victoria, I totally know it to be true. I know my intuitive gut feeling and my psychic mediumship abilities is in the forefront of my reality. Have you ever had a dream that is so real, it is undeniable that it kind of happened? Was it a dream, actually? Or were you astral traveling? Okay, so when it comes to dreams, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I want to give this as an example because this is another way to tune into your intuition. When we are not consciously awake, we are getting out of our way. The brain is out of the way for us to play. So a couple of dreams that I've had, I want to share with you because it's really interesting, and I want you to reflect back on how this resonates with you in your dream state. Okay, so one of the dreams that I had recently was of a childhood friend. So we were more like acquaintances at school, but we went to school together. She's in my dream, and the next day I go to take my kids to swimming club for the very first time, and she was there with her children. We were the only two adults there, and the kids were swimming. And I turned around and I said to her, "You were in my dream last night." She was like, "Oh, wow, that's really interesting." So how is that, right? How did I know that? How did I tune into her before I'd even seen her when she's not in my circle of friends and we weren't even particularly close at all at school? We were just more acquaintances, right? Her name, ironically, is Victoria as well. So the second story that I have is many years ago, I had a dream that I was at a wedding. It was actually my friend, a really good friend of mine. It was Sam's wedding, and he was marrying a girl. And there was something similar between me and the girl that he was marrying. And it was that her name was Victoria. So I had to take kind of like a second thought within my dream and go, am I marrying him? No. Is it just a coincidence? Our names are both Victoria. And literally, the next day, when I'm out of my dream, I find his phone number, I give him a call, and he said he was getting married to a girl called Victoria. Is it a coincidence that both of these dreams had Victorias in it? I didn't make that up. I can't even make this up. This is just literally on the fly telling you about these dreams. So I'm curious. Have you ever had a dream where it was a prediction? Or maybe it was a little nudge from spirit to connect in with that person. Maybe it is something that you needed to put pieces of the puzzle together. I'm curious, maybe it was spirit. I remember having another dream where I was sitting on my granddad's knee and I was hugging him and I said, "Granddad, I don't want to go." And he's like, "You got to go." And I was like, "I love you," because I knew I was in a dream and I knew the only way I could access him and receive his hug and sit on his knee like I was a child again was in my dream. Was that just a dream? Was it? Or was it real? Was it just another part of me experiencing myself? That's a thing. When it comes to our psychic mediumship abilities, I don't need to make you believe. You don't need to make yourself believe like it's a fantasy, like Santa or fairies or dragons, which all could definitely be true, but there's a sense of belief, right? You don't need to see it to believe it with psychic abilities because you are it. And we're going to do another exercise today to do another proof so you can have more evidence so your brain can feel safe to receive your intuitive hits. So the problem isn't about your belief. It's about your trust. So let's work on that today. And then I'm going to tell you about what we're going to do tomorrow, because tomorrow is very, very important. When we go down this rabbit hole of intuition, into this paradigm of conscious awareness, you're going to ignite so much and see more than you've ever seen before. So we're going to go deeper into what that looks like. But first of all, let's do today's practice. I invite you to close your eyes down and bring yourself into your inner matrix. Maybe you put yourself into a room. Maybe you go to a beach, a forest. Take yourself to a beautiful place. And just really relax. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. You're there right now. I am going to count down from 3, and when I count down, you are going to be in front of a golden door. Behind that door is something for you, something simple. Maybe it's a word or a feeling, an image or a symbol. And you're going to receive it instantly. The golden door is in front of you. 3, 2, 1. Open the door. The first image, word, feeling, or sensation that comes through is for you. Receiving. I'm going to count down from 3 again, and then you will be shutting the door and bringing the information with you. 3, 2, 1. Closing the door. Coming back into your inner matrix space. Bringing the attention back into your body. Bringing that awareness back into the space that your physical body is in. Wriggling your fingers and your toes. Bringing the attention to behind your eye completely and fully. And when you're ready, blinking your eyes open. Okay, whatever you got is whatever you got. I'd love to hear what you got. You can pop it down in the comments. Share with us. Was it a sense? Was it an image? Was it a symbol? Was it maybe like a smell or a gift? Maybe it was a vision. Maybe it was a word. Whatever you got is important. And maybe it's one piece of a puzzle. Maybe it's just like a little gift that will keep on giving as time goes forward. And at the very least, if it's just strengthening your muscle, then good job, well done. The more we practice, the more we evolve. Okay, so I'm really excited to be doing these little mini practices with you. And as the days go on, of course, we are opening up more and more and more, and we're creating a foundation for absolute success. Now, there is something I need to tell you. When we start opening up to our inner selves, our conscious awareness expands. Our awareness of all things expand. Now, there's nothing to fear. And what I love to teach about in Magnificent Mediumship, which is my signature mediumship program, is I'm constantly seeding and threading through. There is nothing to fear because you are the strongest entity in your reality. We're going to talk about this more tomorrow. But when we go down the rabbit hole, when we start going into more conscious awareness and we start seeing more, we need to know how to hold ourselves. I love to work with the 4D. I love to work with the multidimensional self. And the fourth dimension is one of my favorite because this is where the shadow is. And of course, we've been doing shadow work over the last few days as your brain has been trying to really kind of comprehend what is going on. We're starting to we're like starting to unweave the patterns that have been created so you can start coming in from a heart led space rather than a mind. So a heart rather than this reptilian mind, which is trying to completely put logic to everything. Okay, so the shadow self is important. The energetics of being able to hold yourself, of what you might see when you open up your awareness even more. I've got so much I want to share with you, and I've had a lot of experience with the shadow, with the 4D, because when I first started waking up, and I believe we are always waking up, but when I had my big bang awakening, the truth is I had no support, I had no resources, and I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't know how to practice what I was going to see, and I didn't understand about dimensions or anything like that. So everything that comes through me is from experience and a straight through channel from spirit. So we're going to talk about channeling, we're going to talk about 4D, we're going to talk about shadows, and we're going to talk about opening you up even more and how you can hold yourself when you're expanding. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know, comment below, give me an emoji, let's have a conversation, and I will see you tomorrow.